What's up, everyone? Welcome to our live Q&A. I'm joined by the expert in case anybody asks me any power questions. Brian, how you doing, Brian?
When are they coming in?
You're the expert, I'm afraid, in this situation.
Oh dear, we're clutching at straws.
Look how screwed we are in the apocalypse. When Brian's the brains.
Black to black and blue to... Oh, that's how it works.
Just the tester.
That's it. Nah. It's more interesting if you go across phases.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us in the chat. It is a live Q&A. I just wanted to do this because every time we do it on firesides and stuff, we run out of time. So I thought, why not on a Friday, instead of getting an open mic on here and me cringing at what people might say, I thought we'd do something a bit more organized. So get your questions in early and we'll get through as many as we can. And
you're worried about people would say that was cringy, and you asked me to come on. Are you mad?
Yeah, but better the devil you know, right?
Yeah, let's see how that works out.
Big shout out to Dave O, who sent a £10 super sticker before we even started. That is awesome. Another 1,000 of them, and I can start my business. So crack on. Cheers, Dave O. Really appreciated. First question has to be from Philip, our question meister. When fuel is harder to find for the car, how far do you think is reasonable to travel to refill? Anywhere that's less than half a tank to get there, because if you can... How far have you gone for fuel? Would you go for fuel in these crisis times? Is it?
I've not noticed any problems locally, to be honest, for fuel. That being said, we did top up. My car's electric, but we did top up the wife's car, and I have asked her to keep it topped up, and I have got some spare fuel.
The best thing with the electric car, right? You can pull up and fill up at the pump all the jerry cans, and it just looks like you're filling the car.
You get some funny looks, though.
When you get in and you go, it won't start. I might have put the wrong fuel in.
You can just see them looking at you, though. Some blue-haired lizard.
Depending on how desperate you are for fuel, as long as you're not burning as much as you're putting in, I mean, yeah, it's an expensive do if it's costing you 20 quid each way to get to the fuel to put 30 quid in, you know, so.
And how are you going to know that when you get there, they've got fuel? Because you could be burning fuel. If it's that bad that you have to worry about how far you're going to go, I'd want to be damn sure somebody I knew was sitting there telling me they had fuel.
This has been the best thing about the networks into zones at the moment, because with the fuel stuff, I've seen zones saying this garage is out of unleaded, this garage is out of diesel inside the zone groups in Discord. So people in their zone know where to go and stuff like that. So it's working. The network is working. Thanks, Phil. Appreciate you. Now a bit more serious one from Phil. Some think we are in World War III, some not. What do you think?
Me or you?
Yeah, go for it.
Right. It's hard to call because since 2019, I don't think we've ever got out the bit. I think it's just been the boiling frog, and we've had constant real world problems that could turn into the big one. Not to be dramatic, but we've had a pandemic, economic disasters, war in Europe, now war in the Middle East. Not that there's never not been a war in the Middle East, but now we've got a proper shooting war in the Middle East. We've got a president in the US who is not shy about using soft power, and when that doesn't work, hard power, who is now doesn't want to be known for causing any wars or conflict, but he's invaded Venezuela, he's bombed Iran twice, and he has also sent troops into Uruguay and different places, and encouraged other countries to join.
But I mean, that was a ploy to get in. That was a line to get into power, right? No new wars that he started. Now he's in, and it has to be his last term.
Let's start all the wars.
I mean, it doesn't matter, right? The first ever president to create more than 50 states, he would be in the history books for a long time.
At what point do you call it a world war? How many need to be involved for it to be a world war? Because we've got fighting in Europe, we've got fighting in the Middle East, we've got invasions and fighting in North America, we've got traditional allies.
We've got essentially what is a world war right now. If you consider Iran, Iran is the old Germany, and we've got all the allies attacking them or retaliating or defending against them. The only difference is Iran's not big enough to compete, and the people that are big enough to compete right now are not getting involved. So I would say it is a World War III situation, but it's controlled from our side unless one of them two big boys gets involved.
My concern would be people making mistakes. Like we've always said, it only takes a miscalculation for things to get real bad real quick. Not that they're not bad now, but you've got China, who has made no secret of the fact of their ambitions. The US is tied up with at least 2 carrier groups, plus X amount in care and maintenance, major overhaul, refueling, different things. It's not out with the realms of possibility that we see a war in Western Europe, conflict in North America, conflict and war in the Middle East, and then China decides, do you know what? They've chopped off our major oil supplier. Fuck it. Let's just go. They're near enough ready.
Well, I mean, is that the stopping point if Iran goes, do you think?
I mean, I suppose my way of thinking of it is only a world war if we're involved in it. Because at the moment, we're not involved.
Well, we are.
Directly. We're sending the boat.
The boats. We've sent typhoons already, and we've sent munitions, right? We apparently over the period of few months we've sent rockets and stuff over to Cyprus and what have you. So,
and yet 2 drones hit. I heard them say that on the TV yesterday.
Yeah.
And maybe me, I was shouting at the TV as he was talking, calling him a lying bastard.
I've stopped doing that because you lose your voice after 27 episodes of Prime Minister's questions that he never answers.
I'm dedicated though. He said that they had, in advance of this current conflict in Iran, they had sent additional radars, air defences, and munitions. Okay. If that is the case, then how come 2 drones? He didn't say we intercepted X amount of drones, missiles, etc. What we did find out was that 2 drones hit the airfield or thereabouts. So I would kind of call bullshit on him sending anything there.
It feels like do you know what? I get the feeling it's like the ultimate procrastination. Barb has put a £10 super chat or super sticker on your channel there, Brian.
Thanks, Barb. Very kind of you. Much appreciated. That's going straight in the Pepsi fund.
Real men drink cheap beer.
Looks like a urine sample.
It's close. It's close. It was like £1.09.
So it's just somebody else's piss.
Just somebody else's, yeah. It's has bombed RAF on Cyprus, says Bob. There you go.
So what do you think? Do you think we're at World War III? We're just not called it that yet?
I genuinely do. I think we're in it. You don't know the date it starts until after it's happened. There's no we're declaring war. And from today, the start of World War, it's little things that happen. You know, like invading Czechoslovakia, then Poland. You know, there was conflict happening before war was declared.
Yep. So
I think we're in that pre-official declaration, but I don't think there'll be one, especially under this prime minister. Talk about the ultimate procrastination. It's like, well, maybe if I don't send it for another week, the war might be over. America might have sorted it, and by the time our ship gets there with no fucking ammo and no fucking personnel, they might not notice that we've sent a fucking wooden rowboat painted in grey.
Do you know the worrying thing is that really the best, given that we're supposed to be a major player on the world stage, which is nonsense?
We're a joke now.
We have sent one, but in fact, we haven't even sent it. We are going to send, right? We're sending a warship on tick, right? We've not done it yet, but we're going to.
Last 3 bullets out of the 20 we can afford to put on there.
And that is the best we can do. There's 2 carriers that they never seem to go anywhere, right? So where's the air wings off them? Why don't they get the planes off there and fly them across to the Middle East? Why are they sitting there?
Everything's out of service. Everything's gathered dust and rotted and unmaintained. And every government for the last 20 years has took a little bit more out of the military. Every single one of them. So I'm not party bias here.
No, they've all done it.
Yeah. And it's all right, Starmer going like in that last TV thing going, oh, we're spending the most ever on military, more than the last government ever. I'm sick of hearing about the last government. More than they ever did. It's not enough and it's not quick enough.
No, it's bollocks. Cassie, a quick hello to Modern Refugees. Jumped into the chat as well. Nice to see you, mate.
Cool. Yep. Welcome, Modern Refugee. Has he got a channel, is he?
He has.
Yeah. So, Modern Refugee. Hey, everyone. Gas is up and the stock market is down. The end is nigh. What point do we get the sandwich boards on and go outside with our tinfoil hats, ringing the bell?
I mean, I think this is a national disgrace. That this is it. We're sending a boat, one, and we can't do it straight away. So, how in the name of God is that inspiring confidence there? The primary duty of a government is to defend the population, and we can't send a boat. I can't believe that shit. I knew it was bad, but that blew my mind.
Yeah. And if we send that boat, bear in mind, this is the other caveat to that nobody's spoke about yet. If we send that boat, that's one of our only anti-missile defenses that we've got leaving our island. So if that Sky News, what was it? The drama thing.
Oh, yes, the War Game one.
The War Games one. If Russia wanted to do anything, now's the time, Big Vlad. Next week we'll be completely defenseless.
We've had 30 years plus of successive governments, Tory and Labour, have left this island defenseless. And then import problems.
Yep, and coalition governments. And we've just...
It's like watching D-Day in reverse.
Oh, it is. It's watching us we've self-destructed as an island, and we're nearly completely there. ES Trading said, is this Hinge and Bracket?
You might not remember them.
I don't remember them, no. This could be unhinged and broke it. That sounds about right.
That is more accurate. Oh, Jesus.
No, it must be before my time. Sorry.
I vaguely remember it as a child.
When we cannot get petrol or everything is rationed fuel-wise, how much do you think Dino Juice will cost?
Dino Juice.
I like Dino Juice as the name. Bear in mind, if it gets to rationing points, it won't matter. If our supplies get really low, like let's say 40% of what we usually have, we will stop getting served. It's as simple as that. It'll be reserved for police, ambulances, fire engines, military vehicles, everything like that. I mean, we've talked about this in the long future when fossil fuels run out, it'll be the general public will get cut off long before the military and the services are. I think we're going to see a slow creep up. Might even get to like £1.60, £1.70, £1.80 over the next few weeks, something ridiculous like that. But if it really doesn't come in, the floor doesn't start coming in, we'll get cut off very quick. First, they'll have to cut us off for logistics. So the truckers, the food, getting to your supermarkets will have to be prioritized for fuel. then emergency services and military. At the end of the day, we're going to have one of those, if you can work from home, work from home. If you can't work from home, don't work from home, but work from home if you can, kind of speeches going on. So, similar thoughts, Brian?
Yeah, my worry would be the day we are talking about rationing fuel, then in the same sentence, you'll be discussing rationing food.
Exactly, yeah.
That'll be the same, because if you can't move the populace from point A to point B to service industry, maintain it, etc., then we've got a real issue. And if we can't import fuel, then chances are we're not going to be importing much in the way of food. And if we are, our distribution networks are going to be in real problems. And then it'll be down to like the COVID fiasco. Everybody was a key worker. You're queuing up at the supermarket, watching the dinner lady with her chest puffed out going, I'm a key worker with a stupid fucking lanyard on. Excuse the language, folks. But that was just how, I mean, key worker is police, fire service, and, you know,
no. Takeaway delivery
things.
driver, dinner ladies, everything was a key worker. You could get away with key worker for anything.
It just got beyond the pale. It was just a nonsense. And they're all walking about with these stupid bloody badges on. Honestly. So, yeah, I don't know. Will it get to that? I think it would depend how long the current conflict lasts, and also if there's any infrastructure damage. If they actually get some lucky hits in. See, the interceptors need to be lucky all the time. Although they're saying that the rate of missile launches is decreasing, that's great. So is the number of available missiles to intercept them with. So it's not like it's a one-sided gig here. And the talk of convoys and escorting them in through the Gulf, that's a fallacy. There's only enough escorts to escort the carriers. They're not going to take the carriers and leave them defenseless. That's not going to happen.
No. The
only way you would get security provided for the volume of shipping we're talking about is if everybody decided they were going to put in assets. And, well, we've seen our contribution to that is one boat on the Never Never. So,
you just had £20 from Angela McCaw. Says, thanks, Brian, for all your help.
Thank you so much.
All the rich people go on Brian's side, obviously.
Mike,
I know.
I don't like to be trotted out as the eye candy.
I know. I know. I'm gonna have to turn my top into bikini mode quickly.
I'll do the Sigma Prepper thing. Let's get the chest hair out and the big guns and the medallion. I feel like OnlyFans here. Only for fat guys. But thanks very much, Angela. I do appreciate it. Genuinely, thanks, guys.
Hope that somehow answered your question, Norfolk. I think with them things, it's always going to be a wait and see what happens. Hey, Brian, what happened with that lift online lately?
Oh, was this the one in Discord? So I'd taken a picture of what the underside of a lift car looks like when you're in the lift pit. And
at high speed?
Yeah. No, because that would cause me a lot of problems very quickly. I'd be a hell of a lot shorter. So, but that was just a tiddler.
All right. Used to be 6'5".
Yeah, and good looking. Now I'm just short, fat, and ugly. So yeah, that's what happened. I get hit repeatedly by an elevator.
We didn't realise it was his wife in the elevator on floor 1, just going ground.
Keep pressing the button.
Yes. You'll buy more power banks, will you? You bastard.
But it was fine. It went back into service. I was only testing it anyway, so it's all good.
Stuff. Do you think cars will start being converted to run on wood or vegetable oil again? Oh, I think we're a long way off that. And I think they'd try and tax every little bit of it. That's the problem, right? Do we even have the know-how and the ingenuity to do that anymore, Brian, do you think?
I could, but not with the cars that I've got. So gasification that Phil's talking about is not very efficient. You're burning a lot of shit, and then you're taking the gas extract off that nitride plummet, and you're really looking for an older car that you can piss about with inlet manifold. Think points and condensers, not multi-point fuel injection, none of that. Forget that. So if you're going to go for gasification, old car, old vehicle, wood and vegetable oil. So that's for the woods for the gasification, but veg oil, yeah, it is viable. But again, older cars, you don't want electrically actuated injectors for your diesel. You want old spring blow-off ones. You want your filtering regime set up properly for your oil that you're getting. You want it filtered. Ideally, you want to mix it with good fuel, thin it down, preheaters in the line, that sort of stuff. So it depends what you know and what you've got.
How viable is the EV right now, Brian? How, can you charge that off if your solar went off grid and you were just on the solar, would there be enough to charge the vehicle?
So it's an 84 kilowatt battery in that car. And on an average summer day, spring day, I could maybe get 30, 40 kilowatts out of the sun in a day. So I could, in theory, fully charge it every 2 days if I decided to deploy. So use the solar panels in here to charge the power banks, the portable solar panels to charge the other power banks, and just leave the house side for keeping the car going. Yeah, it's viable.
You could limit that anyway, right? You could just put the car on for an hour or two, get 20 miles range in it, and close it off. You know,
if it was sort of like from April to September-ish, I reckon it's viable to run it as normal, as I'm doing just now, because I only charge it once every 3 days. So if I was to put half a charge in it every second day, then yeah, that's totally viable at the moment.
There you go. So that's the options. I think that's the more realistic options than converting stuff to wood and vegetable oil, especially if it's short term. By the time you've hacked your car to pieces and then all of a sudden the fuel's all back, you'd be a bit disappointed. £10 super chat. That's on mine. Thank you very much, Andy. You guys, you two are legends. It threw me off with the wrong two. Either would make a better PM than the current Joker. I mean, come on, Andy. Give us at least a bar that's slightly higher, you know?
He giveth with one hand and crotch punches in the other.
I can give you something that's better than Prime Minister. Hang on. Just monkey species. Much appreciated for the super chat and the backhanded compliment / insult. Much appreciated. Right. We've done that one. Thank you for the question anyway, Phil. It's appreciated. Bob's in the house. Vote Bob for president. What are you selling? Scottish Prep 73?
Nothing that I know
of. Brian, what's to best folding solar panel to buy? Looking about 200 watts. Thanks.
So, firstly, I don't really like folding solar panels. I'll put that out there. Just because of what they are, they're ridiculously overpriced. If you can, and your situation allows, get a large panel. It's a third of the price at least. It'll last longer. It's more robust. However, understand not everybody can do that, and I do have about 4 folding solar panels. Now, at one end, there's an Anker 400 watt solar panel, which was nearly 600 quid. Then at the other end, you've got an MH POS 110 watt solar panel that was 80 quid. And I've got to be honest, there's little to no difference in my mind in terms of quality and negligible difference in performance. So, and there's a All Powers one there as well. So I actually did a video and compared the 3. Long story short, don't buy an expensive set of folding solar panels, because from my experience of the ones I've bought from 3 different manufacturers, there's bugger all in it. They're more or less the same.
Recommending there is probably one of the more pricey ones as well, isn't it? Rhenology.
It's a good panel, but you'll pay for it. I'll never buy an Anker solar panel again, or Rhenology one, not because there's anything wrong with them. They're good panels, but they're not that good to justify nearly like a third to 60% difference in price in some cases. So if you're looking at a 200 watt solar panel, see if you can get a 100 watt panel cheaper. Buy that. It'll be easier to put up, and it's redundant in case one gets damaged when you're opening it and folding it, or it blows away. So if you can get two 100 watt folding panels cheaper, buy them.
You did a review on one, right? With a link and stuff like that.
There's a review for all of the solar panels that I've looked at, the folding ones, and then there was a kind of opinion on all of them together. And basically what I'm saying now is that there's very little difference in terms of quality and performance to justify the price for a brand name like Renology or Anchor or EcoFlow. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but they just don't justify the price, in my opinion.
There you go. Cool. Motorcycle with a sidecar or trailer can be made to burn many kinds of fuels. There you go. I mean, I'd love to see that Wallace and Gromit invention. That'd be awesome.
We're on fire, Wallace.
Again. The so-called leaders of the free world are using war to distract us from Epstein files. Nothing more needs to be said. No, they're trying to use Epstein files to distract us from war. You got it wrong, Mohammed. It's the other way around. Mohammed also said Starmer is getting the UK involved in war. He hasn't learned about history from Vietnam to Iraq and fallout that has caused kids starve and needs to go. Yeah. I think we can all
I kind of agree with you on that to an extent. What I would say is he shouldn't be getting us involved in a war, but he's got a duty of care to look after the 150,000 people in the Middle East that is part of the UK. So, and the people that are doing their jobs in Akrotiri and all that kind of thing. He should do his job and look after the military in the area and the civvies. And he's done a piss poor job of that as well.
There you go. He's done a piss poor job of everything. Thank you anyway, Stuart, for the question. Hope he's answered that well enough for you. Do you think people will be turning to alternative fuel sources for transport? Similar sort of question to the last one. I don't think it will get to that stage just yet. Obviously, in SHTF, of course they will. Everyone will, you'll see penny farthings with little put engines on the back and stuff like that. Didn't Top Gear get a car running on people poo? I think.
Well, you could extract methane from shit, pig shit, whatever. And there is different videos you'll see on YouTube. People will do it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I know a couple of preppers that are on YouTube that could just talk into the gas tank, and that would fuel it with this shit.
Alternative fuels and alternative ways of making an internal combustion engine to run require a certain amount of knowledge and a certain amount of luck that you don't blow yourself up. So
yeah,
just be
don't
careful.
Try this at home. Do you think fuel will creep up, or is one big sting? It'll never be a big sting. It'll always creep up.
Boiling frog.
Yeah, it's less noticeable when it's 2 pence. 132 today, 130 yesterday, 134 the next day. It's like people don't notice. All they do, the other one they do is they'll jump it to 140, and then the day after they'll put it to 139 and a bit. And it looks like it's come down, and then the next time you see it, it's 144. And
it'll never be where it started. Yep, 100%.
Yeah. They're smart. Smart. I like how the digital now.
Yeah,
I like how the digital now. It used to be somebody who had to go out on the forecourt and put these fucking numbers up. Now they can just go bing, and it's up.
Risking their life putting the new prices up.
Yes, that's why it never changed all that much. Do you think that we'll have a toilet paper shortage again? Yeah. Purely based on what we said about logistics, the just-in-time system. If logistics is affected, as is affected Tesco's is, Waitrose, if Dave's watching, that'll be affected too. But all these supermarkets will be affected, right? It's just in time. The reason toilet roll goes quicker, right, is very, very simple maths, okay? A fascia of toilet roll takes up this much space. A fascia of beans takes up this much space.
Yeah.
100 toilet rolls packets takes up half a lane. 100 beans takes up half a pallet, right? There's a reason they can't dedicate half the store to toilet roll. There's a reason it goes quickly. So yeah, there will be a shortage again as soon as it happens.
You could cause a run and a shortage on anything, even when there's no shortage, just by saying there's going to be a shortage. And we've seen that before as well.
We can say it, but when the BBC turns around and says it, or ITV turns around and says it, that's when it's like, there's a what? There's a shop. Get to the shop. Get the toilet roll now. But we've got 300 rolls. We don't need to.
Get to the shitter.
Get to the
That would sound
shitter.
so much better. Aye, with an Arnie voice.
Oh, yes, definitely. What is it?
Do it. Do it now.
Excellent. So,
Seconds.
yes, there'll be shortages on everything if it comes to that. I'm not saying there is going to be shortages on everything if it comes to that, we're saying. Are you looking forward to the May elections to reduce Labour's local influence, or worried the vote will fragment all over the place, or both? I'm disillusioned by it, Phil. I'm disillusioned by it. He should have resigned 2 months ago, at least. And the fact that one of the local elections, the Green Party just got in, makes me worry even more that not only has Labour alienated their own left-wingers so much that they've gone further left. Yeah.
My kind of worry, and then no worry, my annoyance is that Reform are basically just taking all the Conservatives in. We've already had that. I don't want that again. And I don't want Labour anymore because I'm sick of their shit as well. I'd rather have a fresh start. We'll give somebody else a chance and see if they can do any better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a different party name with the same assholes in it. That's what's kind of hacking me off.
Yeah, that's... See, I saw it going that way as soon as Farage was appointed. I liked Reform when I first heard of it. Metalhead Doc has put £10, $9.99 on your channel there, Brian. Says, appreciate
Thanks,
you
buddy.
both.
Appreciate it.
So there you go. That goes into your Pepsi fund. And Stuart
And
has
Stuart.
gone, thanks, Brian, for £10. Brian quids in on these. No wonder he says
Thanks,
yes when I
buddy.
invite him. He's like, I'm going, yes. Make it rain.
Do you know how much
is on my channel?
They'll get it back, though. They'll get it back. It just all gets filtered back out again.
No, you won't get it back. Don't listen to him. Don't enter his competitions. Nobody needs a Kelly kettle. I think I've already entered. That's why.
Yeah, you're in. Yours in. Actually, on that front, there's 60 channel members, and only about 40 people have actually put their name in to enter or typed in stove. So you've only got till tomorrow. And after 6 o'clock, I'm going to randomise it and take the names out.
Some of them might be American friends, though. Don't forget.
It's a fair point.
Yeah. Mike's putting you to shame tonight, Brian, with the F-bombs. I'm sorry. I've had one beer and I'm anybody's. Sorry. Apparently,
I'm behaving.
Farage has a tendency to recycle Tories and Labour failures. I mean, it's a means to an. Okay, so my point on this is, I get why he's doing it now. It strengthens them right now in Parliament where they are now. When it comes to election time, I hope he does a bit of a reshuffle. That would be my argument. My problem is you might agree with Advanced, or what's the other one? Is it Renew, the new one? Renew? Or Reform? Reform, Advanced, something. I don't know. But either way, the right vote is getting split about 6 bloody ways at this rate. And that's the
They're
biggest
never going to
issue.
get in.
No, they're not, because everyone's going to be like, oh, it's an advanced revolution. It's a reform revolution. No, it's no revolution, because you're all just going to split the vote so much that Labour's going to walk it again, and we're all going to be screwed even further. And we're all restore. There you go. Sorry, restore. That was the other one. And yeah, restore. I get it. I mean, and I know people are like up for it, obviously, but what's the realistic chances that they're just tearing away votes from potentially getting away from the big two? Anyway, it's not a political show.
We'll do that another time.
Yeah, I'm waiting. If they do get back in power, I'm just hoping Trump buys Scotland. I'll move to Scotland and we'll be the 52nd state, 51st state, well, 52nd. Greenland will already be taken by then. So.
I don't know. I mean, We might need to get an immigration policy, and none of you southern
I've
softies
married
get
one of
across the
you, you're
border.
screwed. I've married one of you, you're screwed. I'm already in. Where is the safest to go when we get attacked if there's no bunker near you?
Depends
Shelter
where
in
you live.
place. Shelter in place is number one, right? Even if you look at Ukraine, I did an interview with a woman from Ukraine, which was an awesome insight into her family that's in Kiev. At first, they were running down to the shelters in like underground subway station and stuff like that, and then it was to the point where they couldn't get to there in time before things were hitting. So it was just as safe to shelter in the center of the building. So shelter in place, the center of the building, or the strongest point structurally. They had an area around where the elevators were in the middle of their building, Brian. That's where they sheltered.
Strongest point.
Yeah. And yeah, if you've got basements, if you're generally thinking about knowing well in advance, there's a website called Subterranean Britain.
Subterranean Britannica.
That's the one. There you go. So just put
it's
that.
A brilliant website.
All sorts of like underground areas, crypts, stuff like that. So yeah, it gives you a kind of insight into that. But take it with a pinch of salt. Please don't go running to an ROC bunker where you will just be burying yourself alive.
It's a coffin.
Yes, it definitely is. Shelter in place. Do you think we should have more? I mean, we've gone past the point of right now. We've gone past the point of this was happening, Ukraine and Russia. That was what the point was last year, and that was happening, and it was the Eastern Front kind of thing. Europe's slightly involved, but not involved. Now that it's looking like we're all actually getting involved in a war, should the government be taking this resilience thing a bit more seriously, putting some more stuff out there? We've got Germany reviving bunkers. We've got countries building bunkers. We're still doing fuck all.
The problem we've got, the populists don't want it. The populists don't give a rat's ass. Joe Public generally wouldn't believe it. The reason we don't have bunkers in the UK, right, it's dead simple in my mind. People don't demand it. People don't expect it, right? They don't see a problem. And if they do, they'll worry about it when it happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's too little too late to start building bunkers now for the populace.
Cheers.
However,
Stuart. Appreciate you.
For the money, what we could be doing and should be doing is talking about building resilient cells. So organise local training groups for people. Organise, right, here's a community centre. Here's a generator. Here's a power bank. Here's some solar panels. We're going to teach you how to use them. We're going to teach you how to charge efficiently. We're going to teach you how to do basic maintenance of the generator. We're going to teach you how to grow some food. We're going to tell you how to filter some water. Build resilience cells at the community level, and the community will take care of itself. We don't need big governments to take care of us. We just need people to actually grow a pair of bollocks and get a little push in the right direction and start a grassroots resilience cell in their local town, village, area. Sorry, that's what I think.
But they won't encourage that, right? Because it's fear. It's spreading fear. This is what they're worried about. This is why they change. I think that's why they changed the specifics on the government prepare site. Because you remember when it first, not when it first launched, but when they had this little revival and got the 10-minute slot on morning TV with some terrible advice alongside it. It still pisses me off that he said buy MREs and put them in a cupboard for 50 years or 20 years or whatever he said. Ridiculous. But it was a bit of publicity, which is great at the time. But that was it. And then they changed shortly after that from 3 days or 4 days to a few.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like somebody in the Department of Anal Bureaucracy came in and went, oh, what happens if it's a disaster for 4 days and not 3? We need to cover our own backs here. Let's put a few.
But how many people, it grew, there was no traction. It never grew arms and legs. It got a couple of breakfast time slots, couple of slots in online newspapers. It wasn't slapped all over mainstream media.
Yeah.
And people didn't question it. This is the thing. Nobody questioned or demanded more information, more supplies.
The comments on my Daily Mail story are hilarious.
It's all fear mongering.
you could just see, you could see how people's heads are so buried in the sand just on the comments in them things.
The first duty of a government is to look after its population. The first duty of a father is to look after his wife and his children.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to break it down any more than that. Nobody's coming to look after your kids in the current shape of this country. Nobody's going to look after you. There's no big food parcels coming. There's no Chinooks with fuel. Nobody's dropping off solar panels. There's nothing. Look after one another.
Water to people in the south in peace times.
If people go to Discord, the group areas are there. Some are more active than others. There's been meets on a few of them. Yes, we're geographically spread apart, but there'll be somebody nearby that you can talk to, that you might want to meet socially for a beer, whatever. It's getting bigger. It's getting better. It's not perfect, but it's getting better.
Yeah. I just hope they at some point they take that plunge and think, right, we've got to become a resilient island again. It would make all our jobs a lot more easy. Massive shout out while I remember, because he's also just joined my Patreon, to Great Gala, whose birthday is today. 21 again today, so big happy birthday. He's come
happy birthday, Graham.
He's come along to a lot of the prepper meets. We've all met him. He's a great guy in person, an awesome guy. So many happy returns to you, my friend.
He's like the honey monster that delivers pies.
Oh, he's got the best pies. This is, for once, this is not me and Brian using pies, any sort of innuendo. It's literally pies we're talking about. Do you think America's next target is China?
No, because they've got nukes.
No. He's pulling army all over China to stop bad actors doing stuff or killing Xi Jinping. There's no way he's that ambitious.
No, and it's too far outside the logistics train to do much about it. And let's be brutally honest, a stated goal was to get NATO to look after itself, which I agree with, should be done, and it's long overdue. So I agree with that. So that it can pivot to a perceived threat in the Pacific, i.e. China. Okay, then why have you carried up? Why have you tied up 2 carrier groups in the Middle East then? Because by the time they come off operations and get maintenance done and crew rest and all the rest of it, they're not available for months, years, because it's disrupted all the training schedules and everything else. So the pivot to the Pacific, I've got to question at this point. And the Chinese, if they've got intentions or aspirations to take over Taiwan, will be watching these deployments and going, okay, when are we going to go? Because now is the time. If they're going to do it, 3 months tops, and I think they'll go. Yeah, genuinely.
Well, it's not something they've ever shied away from. They've never done the whole Putin thing. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not. They've said openly, we're having that back at some point, right?
Yep.
Do you think Tehran will attack the desalination plants, which the Middle East completely rely on for drinking water?
Possible. Let me answer that with a question.
How much does that screw themselves? Because they've had water issues in Tehran, right, recently?
Yeah, but they're not going to blow up the desalination plants in their own country. The Americans are doing that for them anyway. They'll be taking out water pumping stations in the electricity grid.
Sorry, just ordering a beer.
No, you're all good.
Strait of Hormuz closed. Yeah, it is. I think I've seen the pictures where the traffic's gone right down, but I've heard something that they were going to let China through. Thank you. Yeah, they're going to let Chinese ships through. So I think our Temu orders are all fine. So there's nothing to worry about there.
That's assuming that nobody does a false flag and starts zapping them and blames the Iranians. Who's got the greatest to gain? There's ships, missiles, there's things flying everywhere. Drones, the lot. If a Chinese tanker gets zapped and goes down, even if the Americans did it, they'll still blame the Chinese. because they've got nothing to lose by blaming the Iranians. They'll just deny it, and the Chinese won't move any more ships. And I don't see the Chinese moving warships there to escort their own kit anyway, so they can't be that upset about it. I've not noticed anything about major Chinese blue water fleet deployments going to go and rescue their tankers. If
Not
the
yet,
Chinese
not
start,
until they take Taiwan.
well, that is a fair point, because if they were that concerned about their oil supplies, surely they would deploy their own navy, because they've got a bigger one, the US, to escort their own lifeblood. If they're not deploying them there, I've got to question where they want them, because if they don't want them there, they need them for something else, and if that something else is Taiwan.
Yeah, the only reason you wouldn't deploy to defend your own like trade ships would be for defensive purposes usually, or an impending attack, like you say. So,
Yep.
China only if they invade Taiwan and Japan. See, the thing is, I mean, on that we've still got questions, but I'm just going to carry on probing on this one for a second. If they do take Taiwan, will the US rise to the obligation of defending them?
They can't defend it if they've already lost it. So,
Or
if they had enough,
or answer back, or
okay, let me answer that one then. So, if the Chinese take Taiwan in a shock and awe campaign within a couple of days, you'll have to dig them out. Are we really suggesting the US is going to deploy Marine Expeditionary Units at the extreme end of its supply chain, within range of Chinese ballistic missiles, with a really short logistics chain on their side, to retake Taiwan? I don't think so. If they take it and take it quickly, it's gone. What they would probably do, if they're smart, as the Chinese would say, we will still sell chips to you.
Hello, Tango
Mike.
Whiskey in the house. Are we obligated? I don't know. I'm not saying you're obligated. So. I think, but that was the whole idea of them moving all the trade back to the States, right? Because they rely on Taiwan, was it for superconductors and stuff like that?
For the semiconductors, yeah.
Yeah, the semiconductors, the chipsets and things. So I think that's why they want to bring the industry there. Whether that's, I don't know what the time scale that is and how much they still rely on Taiwan, because they've got a reason to defend it right now until their industry's up and running. So anyone that doesn't know, by the way, Mike Tango Whiskey is one of our friends from overseas. He has an absolutely awesome prepper channel, totally down to earth, not like some of these crazy Canadians we see on YouTube. Very down to earth. A man after my own heart, because he's a father of 6 million, just like me. So yeah, we're both good at producing the new population. So yeah, go and check out his channel and make sure you subscribe to his stuff.
If he's at a loose end, I was going to say, if he's at a loose end, might want to come on. Yeah,
welcome to join us if he wants to come on, Mike. Just let me know, and I'll Brian will ping you an email, because I don't have your email, I don't think so. Just email him the link I sent you, Brian, if he wants to come on. You were saying, though?
So Taiwan's at the extreme end of deployability for the US or anybody else, but it's very close for the Chinese to take it. If the Chinese take Taiwan quickly, and they've got troops there, they've got their own ships nearby, they've got their own air bases within flying range. Nobody, let's be honest, nobody short of nukes is taking it back. And why would you? If you're in the US, are you really going to send thousands of troops and boats, airplanes, carrier groups on a whim to try and take it back and hope you can take it back? I just don't see it. I don't think they would do it. I don't think they should do it. No worries, Mike.
No, it's one of those that is definitely going to be the modern blitzkrieg, right? That's not going to be a Ukraine campaign. That island is going to be taken over within hours. It's going to be done.
I reckon 3 days they'd have enough of it, because they've got enough kit
3 days is
and
generous, bodies, I think, to the Taiwanese.
I think well, you're just the logistics of moving troops and material across the landmass.
Yeah.
I think they have a good foothold within 3 days that I don't think MD's taking it back.
No.
They might decide to do a blockade. I mean, the cheap option, safest option, would be to put the Americans get really good subs, have them circle around the island like sharks, and just start zapping ships as they're moving across. That's doable, but comes with huge risk. I mean, again, the risk versus reward. You're fighting for chips, you're fighting for money all the way over here. I don't see it.
No. Cool. Right. So another theatre war about to open. So thanks for the question anyway, Killer, initially, that triggered that. Europe is falling apart. Hungary and Slovenia are both making noise with regards to Ukraine. Could this be the start of the end for the united Europe? Yeah, I mean, it's been a long campaign, this Ukraine thing so far. And I think it only ends when Putin decides it ends. So, do you think he can divide Europe?
I think Europe is divided anyway. It's been divided since the start of the conflict. Orban has been
since he introduced the single currency and countries started going broke.
Orban's been using the conflict to extract money from the European Union to get votes passed. He's been holding up so much shit throughout the conflict purely so that he can get financial relief and, bending them the knee. Slovenia is a new one because they changed parties and they used to give them lots of support. Now that's died.
Yeah. That's going to be a trend though, right? Because as more and more people get frustrated, we're seeing more and more far left and far right parties getting voted in across different countries in Europe, right? And some of them are just going to be like, no, let's not get involved anymore. That funding is going to dry up soon, I think, gradually.
I mean, I think it depends on your thoughts. Ukraine's in a shooting war with Russia and has been for years. Russia's exhausted a lot of its money, a lot of its resources. Now one of its primary partners for logistic support, as in Iran, has just been taken out of the equation. So the only other place that they can buy major quantities of kit is China and North Korea. So they're running out of places. If Europe wanted to and were aligned, we've got massive buying power, way more so than Russia could compete with. But we keep drip feeding because they don't want to upset the bear. Drip, 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 drip. Don't upset them. Tell them in advance what we're going to give them. And by that point, it's no bloody use, right? The reason this conflict has lasted as long as it is because of all the hand-wringing in the West.
Yeah. Oh, yes, but, well, thanks for the question. Would you agree a World War III situation could be worse cost of living? No bombs need to be dropped if we cannot afford to eat. Cost of living's screwed up at the moment anyway, right? I mean, I can testament to this. I live on my own as a one-income household with the missus and the kids, but, one-income household. And we live. We pay the bills, we get by, and we live. Now the gas price is talking about going up an astronomical amount. Now the fuel
70%.
prices, there you go. The fuel prices are going to go up. I don't know how I can afford that. I mean, apart from OnlyFans, which I've tried, nobody wants to see it. It's just not working.
Little Mikey not making an appearance often enough, mate. That's what it is.
That's it. It's just not. Mushrooms in a hedge just don't appeal to people. But it's true. The cost of living is absolutely ridiculous. And what pisses me off more than anything about this cost of living, right? You can disagree, agree, Brian, whatever, is most of our fuel price is tax and duty. And they've just come out, an independent thing has just come out, that we've now got a budget surplus, a massive budget surplus that they didn't account for and stuff like that. if you want to give back to the people, give back to the fuel prices, give back to the food prices, give back to the stuff that affects absolutely everyone, whether you're on Benefit Street or whether you're a millionaire, you still go and buy a can of beans. If you can put that money, that tax money, back into the price and reduce the cost of living in this goddamn country and the cost of food, that is fair and affects absolutely every living being that eats here. So why is that not the avenue, instead of just pumping money into a benefit system that rewards the people that do the least? I've got so many kids now, I could probably leave work and make more money sat on my ass on benefits, but I will not do it on fucking principle.
There's no social stigma to doing it. I have got all the sympathy in the world for people that genuinely can't work or are ill or whatever. We should help them lots, right? To the best of our ability. We can't do what we want to do because there's so many lazy bastards choose not to work. Now, if it's a minority that choose to abuse the system, which keeps getting floated, and I've said this many times, then how come I could name umpteen people who went to school with me who've never worked? And I dare say you could do the same, Mike.
Cheers, Mike.
So if I could do that and you could do that, and I dare say most other people could name people who choose not to work, right? Generationally, families, generations of them choose not to work. Then it's not a minority then. It's a lifestyle choice. So we need to take the choice away. So you're not buying beer, you're not buying cigarettes or tobacco or anything. Here's an EBT card like the States. You can buy nappies for your kids, food, that's it. And if that's not good enough, then go and get a job. Okay? Really simple. Go get a job. Now, the society's broken. The excess money that they've got, start drilling in the North Sea. Start building factories. Start giving people some place to get a trade.
You have got to have a little bit of account of, there is people that want jobs who can't get jobs because there's just no jobs in the area, right? The jobs market is also screwed. Why? Because they've put national insurance bills onto companies, which means they're reducing.
Everything's broken.
A company right now where we've lost 5 employees and there's no sign of recruitment because every employee that goes, the cost saving. You know, just spread that work on everyone else.
If you've got 100 people in the country and only 45 of them are working, and you tax them to death to pay for the rest, that's not sustainable. That's a ridiculous analogy, but that's not that far from where we are. If we're taking unskilled, unknown people and try to subsidize them for years from other countries, right, in addition to our own problem childs, that's not sustainable. So we need to fix that. We need to fix that now, or this country would be as well as just shutting the door of good old Blighty and just giving up.
The problem is the only fix is ripping off a Band-Aid. There is no fix that doesn't harm people. And I don't mean physically. I mean, sorry, you're no longer going to be getting £600 a week for doing bugger all. You know, it's going to harm people in that way. So, but no party in power ever wants to rock the boat. And as much as people are shouting advance, reform, stuff like that, it's just restore. That's the other one. Keeps slipping my mind. See, it's not memorable. It's not going to work. As much as they shout all the things, by the time they get in power and they're getting a nice, comfortable MP salary, are they going to rock the boat that much? Are they really going to do that?
They're not. They're not.
No.
Anyway, back to the questions before we go for a tangent.
Sorry, I did go on a bit of a rant there.
No, it's not you. I totally agree with you. I genuinely do.
Any progress, Mike, on reasonably priced dehydrated food? Yeah, I'm not going to try and eat the cat food, like I said, so don't worry. I'm not going to be relabeling cat food for you.
Go on.
I've messaged a few different companies that do dehydrating of food, and I'm waiting on replies from them. I'm also talking to Ration Nerd in the States. He's getting prices on what he can get, not just Augustin Farms, but just canned dehydrated foods, ship them over, and we're going to work out what it would actually cost and see if it's viable. So I will keep you informed on that one. We've only got 26 questions to go. Do you think the UK armed forces will become involved after the RAF bases have been attacked? Not ground-wise, no. At no point will we issue ground troops into this, in my opinion.
We don't have any.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do, but none to spare. No, we'll do what we do. We'll throw money at the problem, even the money we've not got, and we will throw technology at the problem. Yeah, that's pretty much it. No, any additions to that?
We'll get involved. We'll get involved in 2 weeks' time when we send the boat. But the boat will be just tied up at the quay for theatre area defence. Now, what do we do when we launch all the Aster missiles out of the boat to intercept after a saturation attack? If it's taking them 2 weeks to provision it now, what happens when there's no missiles left and it's got to run the gauntlet all the way back? Or are we going to fly them in and leave it tied up at the quayside and hope we can load it quickly enough? Where's its backup? Where's the redundancy?
Yeah, exactly. There is none. There is none. I don't think we have planes for our carriers, do we?
We do, but not that many.
I think we have more planes than pilots. I think pilots are the issue, right, at the moment. You know,
we don't have enough planes to put full wings on either. Never mind both.
Yeah, I think we're paying Jet 2 pilots more than our RAF pilots, so no wonder. Don't quote me on that. I was just joking. I don't know if that's the case. Do you think the special relationship with the USA is toast? Do you think a new government will ever get it back working again? Definitely. It all makes all the difference. A person makes all the difference. If Farage gets in, and well, the problem is Trump's going to be gone when Farage gets in, right? The problem we're going to have is we're going to have a difficult relationship every year on, like each election now, because usually what happens is when the right gets voted out or when the right has a term, the left get voted in next and the right get voted after that. Because everyone wants change, everyone wants better. So Trump's going to leave and they're going to get more left wings in there. Starmer's going to go, we're going to get more right wings. So I don't know. But it's always about the people, and that relationship will always be revivable. On that note, if logistics begin to fail, do you think the grid will get affected? Gas plants, etc. That's one for you, Brian.
100%. There's bounty. There's no avoiding it. We don't have enough natural resources to keep the grid going. We are relying on LNG. Where we get it from, that's the problem. If the situation, whilst we're getting a lot of LNG from America, that's our primary supplier. Everybody's bidding for what's available on the market, right? Mm-hmm. They will sell to whoever's going to pay most. That's the problem we've got. So whilst we're not directly exposed to the Middle East and the gas supply from there, we're exposed to the realities of an open market. And that means the prices will go through the roof and we will be forced to pay those prices to keep the lights on. And we need about 40% on average to keep the lights on from gas. Mm-hmm. And if we get a low wind event and we've not got the big spinny things turning, like we've had last year, we've had this year, we've got real problems if we've no gas. You'll be looking at demand control measures of firstly saying, look, between 4 o'clock, 7 o'clock, we'll pay you a pittance to use less power. If that doesn't work, they'll stop factories, they'll stop big users of power. And if that doesn't work, you'll see rota disconnections. So you'll have power windows where you've got power by postcode.
Which is what Ukraine's on at the moment in Kiev.
That's what would happen.
Yeah. Madness. But I mean, we've been close to that already without this crisis, right? We've been close to that. Then with the low wind points, we've been close to it already, and that's without a crisis on top of it. So
the 8th of January, this year and last year. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same date.
Weird, isn't it? That a year apart. see if we get the 3 in a row by next year. Mike released an AI scenario on civil war. How worried are you about this versus Russia and friends? Right. Before Brian answers, I don't know if he's seen it or not, but so I did a scenario based on, I talked to 3 different AI engines. 2 of them were very politically motivated. I eventually got it to drill down to cold hard what if facts. So gave it the scenario, whether it believes it could happen or not. I gave it the scenario, and the scenario was, we've slowly been influxing loads of people into this country that are undocumented, close to anywhere number between 500,000 and 1 million. It could be, we don't know the actual numbers, and suddenly they have a call to arms. They're activated as a sort of internal army. How would that pan out? So that was the question posed to it. And yeah, it's interesting how quickly it went by. 7 days till total collapse. What's your thoughts, Brian? I mean, I see it as, I genuinely, where I live now, because of what I see on my doorstep, I see it as more of a threat than Russia at the moment, because I don't see Russia. Prep for what's closest to home, as far as I'm concerned.
We are seeing rapid and largely unwanted societal change in the UK over the last 4 or 5 years. People are unhappy. Not everybody, but most. From my experience, most people are unhappy with the rapid change of demographic and character. Our voices are not being heard. Worse, if you dare to speak out, you're demonised. You're accused of being all sorts of horrible things, which aren't true. You're concerned. You're concerned about the country you live in and potentially who you're letting in your front door. That's not bad. That's just a concerned citizen who should be allowed a voice. You should be, but you're not. So I think you've got areas of the country that have clusters of people who could be a problem, but I don't think we're there yet. Okay. I think you'll have local areas of no-goes or known crime. Where
where I am. Do you see me as more of a risk? Like where I am? Yeah.
The north of England is a major risk. Whether it's Leeds, Bradford, Blackburn, I mean, you take your pick.
Yeah. It's fun and games. You gotta be careful. Miss Worm has recommended getting your tins in, as lots of our aluminium comes from the Middle East. Do you agree? And every
2 seconds.
Well, I mean, it's a valid point.
I used to test the cranes in one of the few aluminium smelters left in Fort William, and China spills more in a day than we produce in a year. So we don't have a lot of production facilities left for anything, whether it's aluminium or iron, steel, nothing. We've got a heavy industry's bollocks.
Yeah. So, I mean, would it affect the food on our shelf? I don't think it would affect it as much as logistics, to be fair. I think the logistics is the bigger threat.
I think logistics is the big problem, but I think power is going to be our first problem in terms of gas, because electricity is going to suffer. If we don't get things sorted out soon, you'll see electricity suppliers going to the wall and the government being forced to step in. If this continues long term, that's what I see as being a big problem. Then you'll have the knock-on effect in logistics, because rising prices will force carriers to put their bills up, and they'll always be playing catch-up, because the normal prediction of what your expenses and overheads are going to be are going out the window. So if your energy provider can't give you, just so you know, all the big energy providers are starting to cut back all their fixed tariffs, all your smart tariffs. They're not taking on new customers, a lot of them, because they cannot predict. So the model's broken. The energy model's now broken.
Yeah. They start knocking on the door, cold calling. Do you want to switch? Do you want to switch off this that we can't control? Cheers, Phil. I missed that. How might we accidentally blow ourselves up? Nip out for 1 second and miss the fireworks. I'm not sure.
I'm lost.
40 minutes ago, were we going to blow ourselves up?
Oh, this will be the gasification and the
right.
filtering of oil.
Yeah, don't blow yourself up trying to convert your car into something ridiculous. That's what it was, Goths. Thank you.
If you can't change a set of spark plugs, then you certainly don't want to be trying to convert a car to run on gas, or if you would.
Yeah. I mean, I can change spark plugs. I still don't think I'd want to try and convert a car to gas. Maybe have them test the food that may be out of date. Okay. What role do you think would suit? This is what happens when you're half an hour, 40 minutes behind the questions. The context is gone. What role do you think it would play to suit you and family if war is declared? Would be army / dad's army, my girls, land girls, perhaps. This is lots of words. What role do you think would suit you and your family if war is declared? I'm quite happy to do the home guard, dad's army kind of thing. I mean, I have no problems with conscription if it's defending our shores. I have a problem with conscription if it's going over to fight a war 2,000 miles away that has nothing to do with me, but just affects some politician's bank balance. That's my thoughts on it.
I would probably, if it was for domestic, for home shore, probably volunteer for the REME, because the early part of my working life was always working hands-on on generators, compressors, forklift trucks, wire-guided robots, that sort of shit, cranes. So I can still remember how to read a wiring diagram and use a multimeter and fling a spanner, so I would probably do that. Or teach other people how to do it.
I see you more of a Fraser from Dad's Army, to be fair.
He was thin.
We're all doomed. In a civil unrest situation, how long do you think till the government, police, etc., lose all power, authority, and people just do what they want? Almost instantly. Almost instantly. The police can handle moderation of numbers, right? Even to the point of 1 million people marching through London. With the right preparation, the Met can handle stuff like that. If you talk about civil unrest nationwide and you're in a small rural community, you'll be written off. Don't expect to ring the police for anything, because they'll be concentrating on population centers, city centers, infrastructure. They will have to prioritize very, very quickly. So it depends on the scale of the civil unrest. It depends how organized the civil unrest is. If it's just a protest down the road in Manchester, then they can handle it. If it's just a protest in Glasgow, if it's just a protest in Cardiff, anywhere, they can handle it. If it's everything at once, we haven't got the numbers. We haven't got the numbers. Yep. If we deployed the army on the streets, every single person who's had basic training, even the chefs, we still wouldn't have enough numbers. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. How long do you think before, if they would lose power, authority?
Depends how extreme it was. Because don't forget the human factor. If you're leaving your children and you're going out to do a shift and you're part of the tactical support group or whatever for Plod, and you're going out with riot vans and there's Molotov cocktails, you're seeing firsthand all the horrible shit that's going on in a really bad setting.
Mm-hmm.
How long before, and it's not showing any signs of abating, and it's all over the place and it's out of control, and you're largely firefighting, at some point you're going to be sick or ill or whatever other excuse you're going to use, because you're going to stay at home and look after your kids. Duty be damned.
Yeah. There's going to be very few remaining single, no family firemen and police. You know, the rest of them are going to be going home trying to save themselves. So it's scary. People think that that's just a given, that infrastructure's there.
And come a point, if it gets that bad, really tough choices would have to come in. There would be curfews and there'd be people getting slotted. So they would be protecting power, logistics, that kind of stuff. And if it was out of control like that and people are ignoring curfews, people are getting put in body bags. That's what would happen. They would have to.
Yeah. Scary. Scary.
But we're not there yet.
Do you think the logistics failing will impact the grid this year? Lack of maintenance, getting to the transformers, substations, etc. I think the war in Ukraine's already doing that. We've sent half of our spare parts away, right? If something fails, we're struggling as it is. And I think the Heathrow incident showed us how easy something can be affected. And
yeah, it also showed you how. Sorry.
Go on. I was just going to say, it's not going to take these bad actors long to figure that out and drive a van into a substation and start knocking power out all over the place.
Exactly. We've got a whole host of problems. We've got maintenance that's been extended to the point that we've got creaking infrastructure that's not been maintained. We have got unrealistic expectations on what the grid can do in terms of transmitting power and what we can actually put into it. We've got 14 years of a backlog in some cases to onboard new systems to put power into it. We've got the Great Grid Upgrade that's supposed to take till 2030, 2035. That's already getting hit with legal challenges because people don't want it in their backyard. We've got a grid that was built for a time period we don't live in that isn't working. We've got potential cyber attacks. We've got potential physical attacks. We've got potential gas disruption. Pick any one of them or a combination of them to decide what will put you in the dark first.
Mm-hmm.
That's not scaremongering. That is the reality of the UK power grid at the moment. Before we add in AI centres, electrification of heating systems, and battery cars. So that's where we are.
Yeah, take a creaking, straining infrastructure and 10x the load by introducing AI and EVs. It's insane. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate the question. Alan's in the house. Do you guys think this is the end of the Islamic Republic, or will they just reform after the attacks? I see this as a unkillable hydra. And every head you chop off, guess what happens?
Yep, totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
They
wiped out Al-Qaeda, became ISIS. They wiped out ISIS and it became something else.
Yeah. Listen, we're not going to get too far into this, but as long as religious text exists for any religion, there will be somebody to misinterpret it or take it the way they want or turn it extreme. And you can name that whatever you want. It might not be called the Islamic Republic. It might be called something else. But that hydra has many heads.
People have been fighting over religion since man could walk, right?
Yeah.
I believe in the big sun god Wog. I believe in Mr. fucking Rock with green stuff on him. People like to fight. People are nasty on occasion, and they'll find that you're wearing a blue jumper, you're wearing a green jumper, I'm going to stab you. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's religion, football, the world's full of assholes.
Yeah, it's an excuse, right? It's an excuse. That's all they're looking for, an excuse. Question regarding communication. What is better for getting a signal out of a valley? I live in a valley and my radio doesn't pick up any channels. It's all static. I'm considering a long antenna.
Build a repeater.
Yeah. So yeah, repeaters. I mean, we're on mesh at the moment. That's my new mesh toy. Does it not remind you of the Blackberries?
It does, doesn't it?
So that's my standalone T deck, which is really cool because it doesn't need the phones and stuff like that. Radio wise, yes, it's all about building a bigger antenna and stuff like that. Hawkins is your man to speak to inside our Discord chat. Me and Brian can give you all the amateur advice we want to, but he's your man to speak to. But it's contingencies and it's backups on backups, right? I mean, Starlink is a good situation thing for this. But if you're in a valley, if you own or have access to somewhere at the top of the valley that you can put a repeater, an antenna, something like that, then that's your options there. So,
and decide who you want to talk to. I mean, if you
Don't
only
talk
want
to
to talk
anyone.
to people within the valley, then
Yeah.
you're really looking at line of sight. If
PMRs,
your
yeah.
comms are in the next valley, then you've got different problems. You either need a repeater for your mesh core, or a repeater for your radio or your radio, or HF or something like that, or Starlink, or probably all. Probably all of it.
I mean, what you're describing, living in a valley and no radio channels, it's all static, is like some preppers' wet dreams as locations to live right there. So you might consider yourself
Including
lucky
these
with
two.
that. Yeah. You have a good Mrs. Mike. Wish mine brought me mixers like that. She's only coming to say she's going to bed, so I forced her to grab me a beer. But yeah, I appreciate it. What about baby food if need to stock but can't find any?
Make it.
Look at history. Yeah, look at history. Baby food's a new invention. It's a completely new convenience invention. Any carrots you grow in the ground, mush them up, baby food.
Yep.
Potatoes, mush it up, baby food. Everything's baby food. It's just mushed up. So there you go. I mean, if you want that convenience, you definitely can stockpile it. You can get the powdered mixes, which pretty much will stay for a long time. You can reseal them in Mylar with vacuum sealing or with oxygen absorbers. And like the dried porridge mix will last as long as oats will. And I prep oats. So just, I would say with a lot of my preps, look into history and what they used to do before modern convenience, because that's where you'll find your answers.
Yep.
I know plenty about kids. Pentagon said they've prepared for Iran to go on till September. There will be fuel shortages if that's the case.
We'll have real problems if that goes on to then. Real problems.
Yeah, definitely. It will be a proper wartime situation. Get your ration books. If not already asked, if Russia stops gas supplies to Europe, will impact us how quickly? One for you, Brian.
Europe's pivoted away from most of the Russian gas anyway. There's still some of Europe relies on it, but a lot of Europe pivoted over. That's why the fuel prices went through the roof in like 2021, 22. If you remember, you're paying £2 a gallon in some cases. Electricity prices and gas prices spiked. We've weaned ourselves off Russian gas largely, but don't forget the wholesale price of gas in the world market is what we're talking about. So if you've got a shortage in one area, it'll affect everything. The market does not exist in isolation. The problems will be for everybody, regardless of where you buy your gas.
And we've got a massive import for our energy, right? At the moment, we rely on imports, and I suppose that knock-on effect of people that do have gas from Russia will eventually find its way down the chain to us, and people not able to import to us, right?
Yeah, I mean, there'll be contracts. People have contracts from suppliers, but ultimately the gas will be sold on an open market, and people bid to buy so many therms or units of gas. And with everybody bidding because of a shortage, the price will go up for everybody. There's no avoiding that. We're at the limits a market predation where we are all going to suffer.
Right. So I'm not laughing at you. I'm trying to highlight comments. I hear Trump has been anointed by Jesus, says bogus dude. We'll leave that one right there.
He was a good Jesus. Me and Jesus go back. He's a good guy. They nailed him to a cross. Wouldn't have happened if I was here. He was nailed in Sleepy Joe's watch.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Oh dear. Thank you, Wishful Bumblebee, for the question. I appreciate you. Stock benefits apart from extreme cases, use the money to sort shit out. Agree with the first part. Would they do the second part? Probably fucking not. Evil Girl, good to see you in here. What if people donated to see you eat the cat food?
I'd chip in for that right now. Yep, definitely. 100%. Go fund me. I'll put in 20 quid to see you eat cat food, mate, all day, every day.
There's nothing wrong with eating cat food. It's human tested anyway, right?
Perfect. Let's get it going.
Fine. Somebody wants to organise it, then fine. I will eat cat food for a decent amount of donations, right?
Whiskers, though. Whiskers. None of that.
Whatever,
None of the other shit.
Brand. You can pick the brand.
Fucking brilliant.
I don't mind. You can pick like Smart Price's own. I don't care. It's fine.
Right, Evil Girl, that's one for you to organise. I'll chuck in cash.
Arsehole. The smell of paraffin oil makes me so ill. Is there a decent alternative for oil lamps when the power goes out? You can get scentless. You can get specialist oil, which is like a paraffin oil, which is for lamps and stuff. I'll try and find it while we're talking, but it is scentless. It's nowhere near as strong, and it doesn't put out.
You can get it on Amazon, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it now for a. But the other one is ethanol, right? Ethanol has no fumes or smell or stuff like that, and you can get ethanol stoves and ethanol fireplaces.
And don't forget candles. If it's for light, put a candle in a lantern. You've got options, or a small cheap power bank for like 20 quid and a 5 quid LED strip for illumination, and you can recharge it. So you've got plenty of choices.
So I'm going to give you a link. I'm going to put a link in. Don't have to use it, but just use that as your starting point to have a look around. This is what they call Blue Flame Premium Indoor Paraffin. And it's designed for just that, not to be fumes, not to be doesn't smell, stuff like that. Lasts long, burns clean. So there you go. There should be a link going into the chat there now for that one. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, it's a good point. This is why people should test stuff as well when they've got it, because you could just buy all the paraffin lanterns and never use them. Then suddenly shit hits the fan. You lighted it and you're vomiting everywhere because you can't stand the smell. Can Brian get a container in Pepsi in time? Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I've got stock. We're all good.
He's got Pepsi. His whole west wing of his mansion is Pepsi.
The fucking mansion? It's an ex-council house.
YouTube millionaire, you know.
Yeah.
This is how we live, Brian. This is how we live.
I live in a throne of beans, mate.
Caviar and beans. Do you think they should call up the 65-year that was in the forces up now to train people that have no experience to allow other who are fitter to go to a front war? See, that's when they up the age of the call-ups and the conscriptions and stuff like that. That's how I foresaw it working. I don't see them calling up 55-year-old, 60-year-old Commando Joe to go and fight.
No.
I see them doing this, training people, getting people through fast-tracked boot camps and stuff like that. That's what I see. And the more experience trying to rub off. So, yes, I think if we came to the point we needed to call up, yes, I think that would be very viable, is my answer, John.
I also think we're seeing a sea change in how combat's actually going to be in the future. In the last 4 or 5 years in Ukraine, and if you look at what's happening in the Middle East now, it's drones. The cost of shooting a bullet with a bullet, so a cheap drone with a £1.5 million rocket, isn't sustainable. And the West is now realising what Ukraine learned a long time ago. So the kid that used to get flushed down the toilet at school is flying FPV drones and taking out multi-million-pound radar sets. I think we're seeing an entire change in how warfare is going to be, although Private Pilot 65 would still have value, training people how to clean a weapon, drills, that kind of stuff. But I think we're seeing a big change in modern combat.
Yeah, definitely. I don't see many of the generation they would try and call up initially going up anyway.
No.
I see every excuse. I mean, because there's very few people between the ages of 18 and 24 don't have some form of diagnosis these days.
I mean,
Everyone
I'll
wants
be
to
honest.
be diagnosed.
Yeah, everybody's got a story, but I'm not going to be a hypocrite about it. My son's 25 years old. I don't want
My
to see
son's
him going away and
22.
I don't want to see him getting blown to bits in Europe or some other fucking place for somebody else's war. I have no aspirations to bury a child. Thanks, none at
No.
all. If we're all in the same boat and the UK is at threat, that's different. But I would rather go before him. It's not likely, but that would be my preferred choice. But I don't want to bury a child for a fool's errand.
No, definitely not. Nobody does. Thank you for that one. Substituting formula if breastfeeding is not a possibility. Is that a question? I used to stock the formula. So when the 2-year-old now was a baby, I had in the prep cupboard level 1, level 2, level 3, all the way up until the point they'd be able to drink cow's milk in advance. So prep for the timeline that you foresee is what I would say, if that's what the question is. What about very young babies a few days old?
Mum's there.
Yeah, that's it. Titties or formula. That's the how do those potato slices taste behind you, Mike? Behind you? I don't know. I'm too cheap to open it. This stuff's not cheap in the UK. So I'm slowly starting to build up a stockpile. This is the stuff that's on my Amazon wish list at the moment, all sorts of random freeze dry stuff. Once I've built up a healthy stockpile, I might consider opening a few to try them. But till that day, I'm afraid it's not happening.
They're the cheaper ones too. They're 22 quid a tin.
That is one of the cheapest. That's
the cheapest you'll buy.
Yeah, because it's me. It's the cheapest. It's me.
If you wanted the powdered eggs,
90
it's nearly 200 quid. No, 200 quid.
I've seen a 90-odd quid one for the eggs, I think.
That'll be it's not the powdered egg for Augustin Farm. That's about between 168 and 199 floats.
Oh, I think it's the scrambled egg then I'm thinking of.
It's a scrambled egg. That's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But the whole egg powder's best part of $200 a tin.
Nice. There you go. So that's why we're trying to look for better options. But cheers, Dara. I don't know how they taste. I assume they taste like potatoes. And like any potatoes, they taste like whatever seasoning you put on them. £1.67 for diesel in the Strood.
Ouch.
There you go. Do you not think if the last 3 governments had invested to making houses mini powered generators, then we would not be buying gas, just selling to, we would be making money and not losing money it? Yeah. I think they missed the boat when they did all these solar schemes. The government did all these solar schemes, subsidized solar schemes. They didn't push that enough. And they didn't sell it enough to the people, because when the schemes that they were first coming out with, it wasn't, the electric prices weren't that extortionate, and it was more inconvenience for people and stuff like that. They just didn't sell it enough.
They haven't made provision to even make that viable. Even if everybody in the UK got solar panels and batteries overnight, we couldn't connect them, because the transmission infrastructure still isn't there. We're still running a grid that's a patchwork pile of shit for like 1947 onwards. We're updating it, or they're trying to, but what you're talking about is little mini grids. So your village would be a grid which would then connect and export to the main grid, etc. We don't have the transmission capacity for everybody to do that. That's why if you're applying for solar in the UK, you need to do a G98 notification or a G99, and they need to give you permission to put on the kit that you're applying for.
Yeah.
Because they need to know what you're going to put in, see if they've got capacity in your area.
Surely that would have been getting every bloody council house and in the country on solar panels with a trickle back would have produced more reliable electricity than these wind farms, right? Surely.
But they would last longer, and you're not going to get the same fatigue problems that you're going to have in turbine blades, and you're going to have less maintenance and all the rest of it. But they keep making an absolute bollocks of how they do it. You'll see every new house getting built has got a couple of solar panels on them, and they're semi-sunken into the roof. That is stupid. All the rest of the roof is worthless now, because to actually do the rest of it, you either need to strip all the tiles off, or take them out, retile it, and then put rail-mounted systems on top of it. All they've put on there is maybe a couple of 400-watt panels, maybe fives. You'll be lucky to get a kilowatt or two out the house, when the roof area would be about 4 or 5 kilowatts. It's absolute bollocks. It's lipstick in a pig. And also, they're if the sun's still there and your power goes out, 99% of those systems, you're sitting in the dark. You've got no power. They'll go islanding mode. So they're worthless.
Yeah. There you go. So, chip me in, Brian. I think Pete's going to pay towards the cat food. Brian, you have to do one drinking Coke instead of Pepsi. Listen, he won't mind. He loved the prepper meat where he was drinking Coke, and you can see it on a video. He enjoys a good Coke Zero.
If I have to sacrifice my palate to see Mike eating cat food, I will do that. That's not a problem. I'm a team player, right? While he's eating cat food, I'll get full fat or caffeine-free Pepsi, Cola, whatever you want to pick, and I'll drink it, right? Not a problem.
I mean, that's no sacrifice, and you get drinking an improved drink. There's no benefit.
That's a sacrifice compared to the smooth, sweet taste of Pepsi Max.
Sweet, you're
just
right,
listen.
yeah. The artificially sweet taste of Pepsi Max. Yeah, there you go. It just hurt you. It's fighting back.
Spitters. It's spitting on me. Spitters are quitters.
See, Cork would have swallowed. There you go. Thank you for that. Do the numbers of viewers / requests for interviews change when drama like Iran happens? Interviews, no. If you would like an interview, if you'd like to come and join me on the channel for a chat and you've got something to talk about, please send me an email, because there's not loads of people doing that.
Viewers spike when bad things happen.
The viewers definitely spike. I think it's going to be a lot of people who are affected by normalcy bias, where they'll watch it, and half the time I think they're watching it to reassure themselves, because they want to watch me say something like terrible is going to happen, and then think, oh yeah, but he's just a crazy prepper, so now I can dismiss that and turn the BBC back on, because they'll tell me when everything's going to go wrong, because they're the trustworthy ones.
Yep.
Somebody at my work said that the BBC was the only trustworthy news point. I was just...
Did you punch them in the throat immediately?
No, because I would have been fired, but...
It'd be worth it though, Mike. I mean, it'd be worth
mentally, I did. I had one of those moments where I was just like this. And in my head, I was going completely postal in the office. But yeah. The viewers definitely go up, yes. And it's not to our benefit. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather peace and no viewers. I say that, it's a bit of a lie.
People only want to hear bad things, though. I know they don't want to hear that, but they do, because the numbers tell you that. They show it.
Yeah, the lie is, I want you to prep. Okay? There's no benefit to me. I don't own Tesco's. I don't own Sainsbury's, and that's where I'm telling you to prep first. As much as I put Amazon links on there, I tell you to go and get bloody food and bloody water before anything else. I tell you to go outdoors and get the cheap camping stuff before you start spending more money. All right?
Yeah.
I don't have shares in any of these companies, but I put some of the fear stuff out there because that's what people want to see, and that's what brings them in. If I have to scare you a little bit to get you on the wagon, to then you be prepared, then it's been worth it, because preparing is eliminating that fear. We're only fearmongers. We're only fearmongers to people who are unprepared. So if you think you're a prepper and you're saying, "Oh, stop fear mongering," if that's causing you fear, you're not ready.
See what people need to bear in mind. The most successful in terms of views and numbers of subscribers of any prepping channels in the UK and predominantly in the, more so in the US, it is 99% fear. Now, that wouldn't be successful with those numbers unless people had an appetite to see it. Now, unless occasionally we put something, if we don't put a clickbaity title in it, it went against the grain with me. All of last year, I would have many meltdowns about it. And you'll notice on my thumbnails, a lot of them have went a lot more clickbaity, because if I want somebody to watch a video, I have to do it. And that is the harsh reality I had to accept over the last year. Otherwise, nobody will watch any of your videos. And the numbers tell you that people want, you've got to try and get the viewers in to get your message across. But to do that, unfortunately, there's going to be an element of fear porn, because that is what people want to see. Like it or not, most people want to see that.
Yeah, The Walking Dead sells. The Walking, everybody's living in it, we're all just friends, does not sell. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a fact of it. And I refuse, your thumbnails are not clickbait, Brian. Okay. I think I had this discussion with you when you were arguing it from the other side before you started doing the thumbnails like that. Clickbait is if my thumbnail has a scantily clad lady on and a Ferrari, and then you tune in and it's Fat Mike pushing a scooter down the road. All right. That's clickbait. It's telling you something that's not in the video. If the thumbnail says a title, Doomsday coming soon, and then it's me explaining why Doomsday might be coming soon, that's not clickbait. That's sales. That's marketing. That's what
I've rubbed one out to you worse than you in a scooter, mate. I'm not going to lie.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. Pretty sight for all. But yeah, it is. It's just marketing, and you've got to think you're competing with. It's even more difficult for us because we're doing a prepping channel, right? Neither of us are going to retire off YouTube, right? It's just not going to happen. Prepping's too much of a niche in this country. Now, if we do a bug out bag and you just type in what's a bug out bag in YouTube, unless you've already been in our kind of inner circle of videos, you're going to get Canadian Prepper, you're going to get NY Prepper, you're going to get Angry Prepper, you're going to get all these American preppers that have been going for ages and have already got millions of subscribers, because that's how it works. They'll send you there first. You're going to get the bloody Funky and stuff like that, showing you how to build a bug out bag but can't get wood.
Meow! You're such a cow.
not that kind of wood. But you know what I mean? The algorithm's gonna feed you the most popular people.
Yeah.
And I've got some great advice off channels that have like 200 subscribers, and they're obscure, and you find them and it's like, wow, this is amazing. Great.
Alan's videos.
Yeah.
Alan's been on YouTube for years and he's getting really good content that nobody's watched.
Yeah, 14 years. So the World Survivalist. So if you've not subscribed to the World Survivalist, go and find him after this. But
Alan's got really good videos, and nobody sees them because they're niche and there's no fear porn amongst them. And yet, for preppers, half of his videos should be a must see. They're brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, whether
not as good as ours, but they're good.
Yeah. His best videos are the ones with us on. Falling down fucking stairs.
I never fell downstairs. You two fell down the stairs.
Would it be clickbait if the thumbnail was Mike in a bikini? No, it would be a hate crime. Alan's a top lad, says Pete. Thank you, Evil, for putting his link in there. That's awesome. Mike, can you put a link to the odorless fuel in the chat, please? Didn't see it on here. Oh, that's because he's on your side, Brian. I don't think he'll see it.
Maybe Evil Girl can click it across.
I'll put it in again and hopefully you'll see it. There we go. All right, super easy to type in. I'll put it on the screen. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Pulled it up but didn't answer my question. What's that?
What was the question? Sorry.
Not sure. Yeah, I mean,
I'm lost.
you don't have to answer this. So this is the love heart that's on the picture is my grandchild, by the way. So this is my son's missus.
Hello.
So she's no excuse to ask questions in here. She can send me a message. Thank you. Evil has posted it in on Brian's side as well. There you go.
You're a wee star.
I think it's a different link. Look at that. She's making her own money. Shocking. Shocking. Didn't use my affiliate. Oh, evil. I think we've got a couple of questions and we're done. Fuel your preparation are good freeze-dried food in the UK. What they are the mountain house of Europe. Yeah, with the friggin' price tag yet again.
That's
if you
the
want to
problem.
pay £7 for one meal, think how many tinned food. This is why preppers over here are into the tinned food so much and, you know, doing their own stuff. So it's just not practical with the price. Agreed. Brian, my sons are not going. They can stay here and fight Alan's snack bars members like the rest of us. There we go. This is not World Survivalist. He doesn't have a snack bar. Just there's a powdered butter. I need to hunt some down. Yes, there's powdered butter.
I've got some over there actually.
Yeah, everything but powdered mayonnaise. That's what I want. Do the numbers of viewers / oh, I've already done that. There you go.
Done that one.
We're done. We're out of questions, Ryan.
We've got some here.
Oh, you've got some.
John Anderson, just in it. It's more a statement than anything. Nah, that's not a question.
Helpful. It's good to have assistance. I just highlight them anyway.
Nah, it was just it's more a helpful advice.
Discount Discord is for winners. Come and find some fun advice. There you go. Yeah, so I mean we've had 150 odd people in here most of the nights, which is good. People are interested in the questions and the topics and the current events. I'm going to do a quick plug. This, by the way, did you see this, Brian?
I saw the video and it looks nice.
This is honestly, it feels. Do you know, like, did you remember the first Moras that had the rubber handle?
Is that a full tang?
I don't know. I don't think it's the 2/3 because it's got this stud at the bottom, but it feels solid. You could definitely batten with it. It's got a good width. You can batten with it. Smith and Wesson, and
it's got the window breaker at the end.
Yeah. Unless you're in a World War I trench, then it's something else. But what I did like as well is check the
sharpening
size
stud.
Yeah, it's a good size one as well. It's not like a little gimmicky fire striker that they put in with these things sometimes.
The scabbard looks good for it as well. I like it's got the plastic guide.
Yeah, that's it. So it doesn't get caught. I hate the ones that are the blades just catching on it all the time. So I'm getting one of these. By the way, this one is the one, if you join Patreon, that's going to be drawn in 4 days. You get this, you get this, and you get loads of stuff that's on the shelf around the corner. Over £100 worth of gear going to one person, because I went a bit mad for the first one. But whoever wins that, I'm going to be buying one as well. So you'll have the same one as me because I was very impressed with it. I'll send you a link to it, Brian. It's worth
it looks the part. I'm waiting in 2 bags coming for Ravenforge.
But all right. Oh, you gone for the lucky bags?
I ordered 2 of them on the 28th. They're still not here. I was a bit hacked off about that.
Shocking. Last thing I got from them was the old axe here. My chopper.
I can just see it. Any excuse to get the chopper out on camera.
Any excuse to get the chopper out.
Where was the one? Oh, I don't know if I've put it somewhere else. There it is. This was the one I used on the video.
There we go. Oh. So that comes with just the wood and the head. I've done the wrapping on it and stuff. But
I saw that one.
Really
that looks the part.
Yeah. I like that. Is that cold steel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what make is it now? I don't know how long the nice wrap it's got on it will last. It's been dipped, but it's very sharp.
Oh, is it like the liquid dip?
Yeah, they put it in and dip it.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep. The cutting edge is fine. It's really, really sharp. I used it for doing the Kelly Kettle demo. And
Rather than the blunt axe that you used at the Scottish Prepper meet.
That was by design. Now, I did it all wrong so that other people could pick me up on it. And it was a learning experience, right? So all that shit was done on purpose.
Why is that mic banned from YouTube?
Why?
Knives are allowed. Yeah. No, yeah, the blunt axe was hilarious. It was quite fun.
I don't know. Here's a question for you, Mike. John Anderson.
Oh, yeah. Can I ask if I can come on a live stream, as I have a disability and a partner that also have issues as a child and on benefits, and have worked the past and can give a different insight? John, send me an email and we'll get you on. I'll have a chat with you and we'll see if it's suitable for you, and we'll get you on a podcast 1-to-1. Generally, we try not to throw people in the deep end on the firesides. That's people that we've known for a while, or people that we've been on a few different podcasts and stuff like that. Because we're crazy enough without rubbing off on other people. But yeah, John, yeah, you go. I'm on Discord. There you go. Chuck me a message on Discord.
Awesome.
We'll have a discussion. We'll do a prepper podcast, which is recorded, not live, so it's a bit better for your introduction, and then we'll go from there. So
no pressure then.
No pressure at all. No pressure at all. Sharp and shiny bags are great from Raging Forge. If you sign up to emails, you get notified when deals occur, e.g. free knife days. Review gear online with photos for 5% discount on your next order. Look at Phil. He's I've started reducing my stuff, right? I've started getting rid of my stuff because I've got too many. Yeah, all right.
Me too. See, some of the best ones though brought them back from America, and they were cheap as chips in Walmart.
Yeah, that's all. That was the part of the 3-pack, wasn't it? That one.
Yeah, I think there's about 3 or 4 on it, but it was again, it's got the plastic guide in the scabbard, and good finish, full tang.
The plastic. I don't know why more people don't do that. So the ones that my favorite knives are the ones that Barry got me, the brown coat prepper. He got them for my birthday, and it's the Jack Pike ones. They're only about 35 quid for the double set.
Yep.
But they have the scabbard where it's not. It's just the material. So if you don't line it up right, you're catching it as it goes down. I just don't, for the
or it goes right through.
Yeah, it must cost them what, a couple of quid to produce a scabbard that's got a guide on it.
I mean, it looks like it's just an insert. I mean, I don't see major manufacturing involved.
That's a question for you.
I will have a look. I mean, you could 3D print them and then just press the guides in. Yeah,
true. I mean, with the big Bowie one I had, it was a one scabbard inside another. It was like forced into it, which worked.
I need to get a Bowie knife. It's on my list.
I had one. I've got one at my stepdad's house that I got from a shop outside the Alamo in Texas. And we brought it back on the plane in the luggage before 9/11, before it got as strict as it was. And we got stopped. And inside this suitcase was an Army Colt revolver and a Bowie knife. So we got called into a room, and it was me and my stepdad, and he put him in front and sort of thing. And he said, "What's this?" And he showed him the Army Colt revolver. He said, "It's a Diak. It doesn't work. It's if you try and cock it, it won't line up." And he pulled the hammer back, and the barrel didn't line up. So he said, "That's fine." Puts it back in. He said, "What about this?" Pulled out the giant Bowie knife. He pointed to me, went, "That's my son's. He's a Confederate reenactor, so it's just a part of his thing." "Oh yeah, no problem." Puts it in. Off you go.
Plus, it's not illegal anyway.
The good times before 9/11 and stuff like that. But yeah, so it was illegal because as soon as he got back home, he put the sear spring back into the revolver, which lines the chamber.
Oh dear. Oops.
This was many, many, many years ago, by the way, guys. So don't worry. Handguns were not quite illegal. It was just before the idiot in Dunblane. So yeah, it was just a convenience thing.
Oops.
Yeah. Would love to do a live with you guys soon, says Nix. Get in touch. We'll, by all means. We try not to throw too many random people on a fireside live because, yeah, that was the question for you, I think.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know how I would be equipped to answer this. Does a button mushroom count? Asking for a friend. Think of a panel pin and a 14-pound hammer.
Girth pizza, brace yourself, dude. That's wildebeest. Oh boy, is my favorite. I think we're at the end of the conversation and the internet, so we'll complete it there.
Awesome.
Don't forget to go and check out Brian's channel if you're watching on my channel, Scottish Prepper 73. Loads of good stuff on there recently. He's pretty up to date with some of the new stuff coming in, especially when it comes to energy and the grid down. You want to keep his videos with the alert notification on like I do, so I get pinged every time he puts in a new video out, so make sure you go and check that out. If you're watching on Brian's channel, come watch me sometimes. The only decent ones I have is when Brian's on here. Obviously he's the eye candy, as he says. But I appreciate all the super chats and everything like that, but the best way to support is through that Patreon, which you can win these goodies, which I'm reluctant to give away, but that'll be drawn in 4 days time. So there you go. Get yourself in that. Can you drop the email address? Would you voice record? The email address is ukurbanprepper@gmail.com. Send it in whatever format you want, just not nudes, please.
Well, let's not be hasty here, Mike. You know, let's think about that.
If you want nudes from John Anderson 912194,
you shouldn't be judging John like that. For all you know, right?
That's it. Is it Neo or is it John Anderson? We don't know. Right, yeah. So, Brian, would you like to say goodbye to 150 people as we waffle?
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that nobody's got anything better to do on a Friday night than listen to us ramble a lot of crap. But I'm thankful that you spent the time with us anyway. The questions make you think, and they sometimes make you think a better solution to things. So I do like the Q&As. The Q&As are really interesting for me. So yeah, thank you.
It's good, yeah, because I mean, I do want people to make sure when we do these Q&As, they take full advantage. Not just like, oh, what question can I ask that's really going to trip them up? But if you genuinely just don't know something or want to prepare in a certain way, don't be afraid to ask. That's what it's here for. And if we're not here, we're on the Discord. So go and find us on the Discord. All the links are below, all that wonderful stuff. And, you know, you don't have to be without us too long. Guess what? You'll see us again on Sunday. So
tomorrow. I'm doing my live giveaway tomorrow.
There you go. Live giveaway there tomorrow. Me probably's on Shadows at stupid o'clock tomorrow. Then the live on. You just can't get enough. Cancel your TV license. Subscribe to both of our channels. Become members because we're just your full entertainment from now on.
Yeah, that's a bit far, but yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. I'll be there for the live draw tomorrow, so I'll see you all in there. I'm sure it's 7 o'clock, Stuart, but it's on the channel. I've done a video on it. It's members only draw, so if you're a channel member, it's like £1 a month, and there's 110 quid Kelly Kettle getting given away. So yeah, good luck. There you go. £1 a month. There you go. I mean, he's really putting me to shame. I charge you fucking loads. Well, this is what you get. You know, you pay for quality. So if you want a cheap channel, I'll accept that. My channel is cheap, and the videos are all rushed, and it's shitty, and I'm okay with that. I can accept that. Harsh but fair. Not at all. Right. Bye, guys. Later, folks.